welcome guests. When I graduated college, I had these grand plans for my life. I was gonna find a great job, move to a big city, get paid so much money, and find the man of my dreams, and who's gonna sweep me off my feet. However, 3 years later, I'm 25, and only the city things really panned out. I find myself still asking myself, what do I want to be when I grow up? And I want to that got single. Having all these expectations for your life can be pretty overwhelming. I've talked to a lot of my friends, and they feel the same way. These feelings of being lost, confused, and directionless in your mid-20s have been coined the term quarter-life crisis. Alexandria Robbins wrote her book, Quarter-Life Crisis, and I think it pretty much sums up exactly what I feel at this moment. We build up a lot of expectations ourselves. You know, we all want to be happy and successful, but also there's a lot of external sources. For example, I'm sure you guys have all heard this. When you go and talk to someone you haven't seen for a while, the two things they ask you: so what do you do, and are you seeing anyone? As if my job title and my relationship status defies my existence. So one of the big areas where we have a lot of expectation overload, is what I call it, is in our careers. We're told our whole lives we can be anything we want to be. But what if we don't know what we want to be? So we graduate college and we settle for these satisfactory jobs that we kind of feel stuck in until we know what to move on to. In addition to not knowing what path we want to pursue, we also have a lot of financial concerns. A lot of college students, actually 2/3 of all college graduates, have student debt. The average amount of that debt is $20,000. So we're starting our young adulthood $20,000 in the hole, and so sometimes our dream jobs aren't necessarily going to pay the bills. In addition to that, we have a whole bunch of other pressure. Are we saving enough for retirement? Are we ever going to be able to buy a home or an apartment? There are some strategies to finding a balance between achieving our goals and just enjoying life in the present moment. One is we need to explore ourselves, kind of figure out what our strengths are. So hopefully that'll give us an idea of what we want to do. We can also volunteer in areas of interest. Some 20-somethings know exactly what they want. They have their mission, they're working towards it. That's great, but obviously they're not in their quarter-life crisis. Another strategy is instead of having these grand, lofty goals that are probably going to have you feeling inadequate, such as, I want to be a journalist. Well, that's pretty big. So instead make smaller, short-term goals. So every month I'm going to send my resume and writing sample to 5 different magazines. That'll make it seem more realistic and achievable. Another area where we have expectation overload is relationships. We all wonder, am I going to find the right one? We see the rise of online dating sites, so we can have these busy careers that we've always wanted and sign up for Match.com so we can date on our lunch break. But we have to realize that the world is completely different than when our parents grew up. In 1970, the average age for a woman to get married was 21. Now it's 25. That tells us a lot about our wants for the future. We want to explore the world, have some success ourselves before we settle for a life partner, and that's totally fine. We might see our friends getting married and engaged, and think, am I ever going to get to that step? You will, maybe just not now. So whatever stage in life you're in, we need to create our own expectations and not compare ourselves to others. Everyone wants different things, so it's going to leave you unsatisfied. As 20-somethings, we need to celebrate our successes, really accept and forgive ourselves for our failures. Work hard for our goals, but most of all, just really enjoy the ride. Thank you.